I should have done something down there too. Maybe a little picnic table. Use the stump as the picnic table. It's about 3.5 foot in diameter. That'd be pretty cool. So this is still down on the, I would say, bottom level. This is where the runoff's coming down. This came out sweet, got this all nice and leveled out. Sun finally came out today, dried everything up, and now we got a nice area to drive. Except right here, that freaking problem spot where all the trails meet. I came out here in the rain last night. Literally all the water's just running right there and then running into the creek. So we're gonna have to do something about that. It seems like most of the issues are drainage issues. But I mean, it's a mountain, so what can you expect? You gotta figure out where the water's going and, you know, make it stop pooling. So this is our camp spot for the truck and trailer for when we're coming down and working. Right now, I mean, I probably could get through there now, but we're leaving in 2 days, so there's no point in moving the trailer now. Yeah, I'll be able to set up camp here, level this all out, probably do that tomorrow. Rake this all out, get it all nice and level. That way, next time I come, all I gotta do is just back right in. Got a nice spot to hang out, set up camp. Don't gotta worry about nothing. It's a level spot. Easy to pull right out if it does, you know, get sloppy and rainy. This road came out sweet. I know eventually I'm still gonna end up bringing it up. I do want it probably, honestly, probably another 4 foot higher to really get rid of this grade. But I brought it up 4 feet already, and oh, it's so much nicer than it was. So much nicer. I came and checked. My culvert was working, in fact. I laid some logs down. Boop, boop, boop. Filled it. It's just filled it full of rocks and dirt and clay, and I just kept driving over it, packing it down. The longer it sits, the harder it'll get, the better it'll be. This thing ain't going nowhere. I got faith. I've never really built a bridge before, but I don't know. I think I'll be all right, honestly. So with this hole, I started filling it in because it was like 12 foot deep. It's probably 12 foot wide by 10 foot wide. 12 foot deep. That's what I used to build this, because all of this dirt that was nicely right here that I could just grab and get was all just slop. So I stopped using that, started digging over there, found some good dirt, and then just kept digging. And then I was like, oh, well, I want the I want the water to drain down this valley here, and I want to eventually make it a pond, so it doesn't really matter how deep I make it. So I'll just start digging in here and put the dirt in that hole. So that's what I started doing. So we will have, eventually when this starts to really run, this will fill up first. And then once this fills up to here, then it'll start to run over into my runoff. Eventually, what will happen, like I said, I want to bring this up another 4 foot. Yeah, I'd say at least 4 foot. That'll make it almost level, not quite level. It'll still have a pitch. But it'll probably bring it up to about that level right in here. Right where that rock is up there. What that will do for me is I will block off that culvert, and I'll put a second one probably up here, 3 foot, 4 foot higher than that one, and that'll let my pond fill all the way up to here, which will basically fill all in around here, and then it'll be dammed off by my bridge, by my driveway here. So I'll have a nice, probably 8 foot deep pond right along the side of my driveway. And then it'll obviously drain out when it gets too high. It'll get to that culvert, drain out, and not cause any issues running over the road. And it'll only go back as far as the culvert will let it, so it won't build up and then start spilling off into the sides and things like that. This looks like a mess. That is actually great for fish. I could leave those there, stock it with bass, catfish, frickin' bluegills. They will thrive in those trees. Absolutely thrive. So here we have the driveway. Right now, this is still the house pad. I have been thinking a lot, but right now I'm still liking this. It is definitely top favorites so far. I haven't found a better spot that I enjoy more. I just like where it is on the actual mountain. Since I have a mountain coming down this way, it goes all the way to the creek or the valley, and then I have all the way up that side of the mountain, and then I actually also, this mountain goes back down. I have the back side of that, and then up the back side of the other mountain too. And then actually today, me and Joe found the road out the back, and we were able to find the pin in the back that marks mine and his property. We were not able to find the side boundaries. It's so hard to find these pins. They're literally just out in the middle of the woods. You're just looking for a nail in the ground with a little piece of orange tape on it, and it's next to impossible to find, even with the survey trying to find it. So we'll put our first shipping container in here, probably a 40-footer. Get rid of some of these trees. Obviously, we don't want anything too close to the house. I like that we are up far enough on the hill, or on this side of the mountain, that say there ever was a flash flood or anything, we would be perfectly fine. We are probably 40 feet above the creek right now. You know, that would have to be a massive, massive flood. And you can see where there's flood debris around here. That would be, I mean, it's all right on the creek. You know, there's nothing crazy, nothing more than, I'd say 5 foot, 6 foot. So that's why I do love this spot. We kind of have this natural pitch going this way, pitch going this way into our drain here, our little reservoir, pond, if you want to call it. And look, this thing fills up. I could be sitting here on my oak stump, casting for my freaking bass. My little pet bass. Okay, so let's go up to the top of the road, show you what I did, because it was actually working fantastic. But the problem was, not the problem, the reason we weren't seeing any water yet was because it was just all seeping into the ground. A little bridge. A natural bridge. Keeping that forever. You. All right. Up to the top of the property. So the rain was so bad it was rotting, or it was eroding this road out, and that is why Joe's property is so muddy, because it is literally running. Oh, excuse me. It's running all the way down the road, and it's just following the road and going right to Joe's house. It's not even going this way and then continuing into the stream. It's literally just following the road right around the bend and going right to Joe's house, or Joe's property. So that's why the whole front of his property is just a massive mud pit. I gotta stop getting distracted by rocks. So what I did was I just cut this little divot into the road. Looks like hell. I gotta rake it out. It was raining pretty good on me though. It's the only way I could see where it was actually going. So now this flows into my pond is what I'm trying to get at. So now all the rain that comes down the road this way, and then all the rain that comes down this valley will be going into my property. Is that a good thing? If you want a pond, yes, it is a good thing. You have to make sure that you're prepared to deal with that water though, because if you welcome all that water onto your property, it's going to go somewhere, and you're going to end up with a giant mud pit like Joe's property has on it right now. And that's not what you want. Trust me, it's a muddy mess. You can't even let your dogs out to go to the bathroom because they come back covered in peanut butter. I think I'm set up to be okay. I think once this fills, I think it'll drain, and then each step of the way down to the creek, I got it all nice and clear so that you know, if this ever does fill up, it'll just keep going right to the creek. It's not going to pool up anywhere. It's not going to cause any big mud puddles. You know, that's the main thing. You don't want it pooling where it can cause mud and problems. You want your land to be useful. You know, you don't want mud holes everywhere and, you know, standing water, because that just brings bugs and everything else. So yeah, that's what we did with the machine this time. Oh, I guess I didn't show you the other side where all the trees were. I showed you before this. I moved up that. Yeah, I think for 3 days with the machine and a week's worth of work, not counting having to move fucking 50 trees, I think we got a hell of a lot done in the time and the weather that we had. And I really have no complaints, honestly. Look at all these trees, right? I got all of them moved out of here off to the side, which also, by the way, never saw this, really. This whole side, I'd say it's probably 20 feet wide, 200 foot long, perfectly flat. Just a nice little piece of like green grass that I feel like I need to put something here to enjoy the creek. You know, I want my time here to be enjoyed. You know, look at this. Just nice, flat. Obviously now I gotta get rid of all of these trees, but yo, you know what these are? These are all fence posts, you know. Sometimes, you know, you show up and you got hundreds of trees snapped in half that just happen to be anywhere from 4 inches to 8 inches thick, maybe some 10s, and anywhere from 10 to 60 foot long. You cut them, and you cut them into nice straight posts, because now we're not buying fence posts. You know, we don't got money for that kind of stuff. You know, we're doing it with literally the skins off our backs. So like this, man, this is a perfect 12 foot, 4 inch fence post. 3 of them, 4 of them. Yeah, I put them